to do our warm-up. We're going to go back and review a sight reader. We're going to go over our chords. And then we're going to attack this week's assignment, right? And that's actually, I'm going to be modeling for you guys how you should practice. You can consider today's class you're practicing. Actually, the next couple classes we'll consider our practicing. I really want to get you guys in a good routine of what you should be doing and like the order you should be doing it in. And if this doesn't seem like the most thrilling thing, like it's not about thrilling right now. It's really about like getting our muscles and our fingers being able to do things. By the way, this is a really good exercise, by the way. See if you can do that. And get that pinky. Just go one at a time. See if you can get those. Yeah. And it's always like right here, your ring finger and your pinky finger have a really tough time of doing independent work. It's because the tendons attaching them are attached. And so it takes a little bit of, that took me about 25 years to be able to do that effectively. But you guys, if you start working on it, you'll learn how to get that going better. Okay, give yourself a little fingertip massage because we're going to hop in to our 4 beats on each string. Actually, I'll just go regular version right here. Okay, just a reminder, sit up nice and straight. Curl your fingers right up underneath, over here on the shoulder. I have a cutout, obviously, but just right here, right below the neck. That way your thumb can move and literally just kind of move back and forth. My arm stays anchored in the same spot. And, my left hand here can just chill off to the side. Here we go. 4 beats on each string. 1, 2, together, go. Switch to A. Switch to D. Switch to G. Switch to B. Switch to E. Hey, very nice. And I told you every week we would do this a little faster. So let's do it again. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. E. Switch to A. Switch to D. Switch to G. Switch to B. Switch to E. Cool. I'm seeing if I can tune and do attendance at the same time. Just kind of looking through. Okay, it looks like we have Zane. It looks like, we're missing some people. That's always hard. Try to be on time, everyone, although I'm preaching to the choir, if you guys know what that means. Do we have Sophia in the house this morning? Let's see. We do. Good morning, Sophia. And I saw we have Michael Hoppin and Allison. Yep, there you are. And Camden. Very nice. Okay, so I got my attendance done. All right, now we're going to do those finger adds, right? We're going to start off. This is our very first flip grid that we did. So I'm going to play it first. You guys echo. My turn first. We'll do this once. Your turn. Switch and strings. A. Keep track of that thumb. There's Anna. Next string, D. Anthony, you don't have to ask, just go ahead. Next string, G. Very nice. B. Add a little extra thing in there just for fun. Next string, E. Nice. Okay, give yourself a little fingertip massage. All right, as you go. And so, Clover, as we're going through class today, I want you to just kind of like watch and see what's going on, sit back and relax, and once we get you set up with the guitar, you can follow along. All right, now we're going to go to the backwards version, which is 3 fingers down, and then we're going to take away. You guys remember this one? Boop, boop, boop. Right? As you're going, I actually recommend that you actually put all 3 fingers down and put your thumb in the right spot. Okay? So don't skip over that step. Like, don't try to do this. It's like you're moving your fingers up and down too much. It's easier just to have them all down and lift one up at the same time. Just works better for your muscles. Okay, so here we go. 3 fingers down on the high E, which is the thin E. I'll play first, you echo. Switch it all to the B. Your turn. Switch it to the G. Your turn, and we're switching to the D. And then we're switching to the A string, thumb and all 3 fingers. And then we're switching to the low E string. Reach all the way across. All right, nice. Hey, let's kind of review where we're at. We did 4 beats on string. We did our finger warm-ups. Now we're going to go and look at one sight reader, okay? So I'm going to make myself pop over here in the corner. There we go. And we're going to open up our packet. I think I can just tab over. There we go. Let's do sight reader 1, because that one's super easy. And the reason we're doing sight reader 1, it's been a couple weeks since we've done this, but it's good to review. Imagine this. You are responsible for this material. So you're responsible for knowing that this dot is an E, and this dot is an F, and this dot is a G, okay? And we're actually going to have sight reader number 4 due next week. This week we have something different. We're going to do something else with chords. But for next week, we're going to do something harder with this information, so I wanted to keep it fresh inside your mind, okay? So I'm going to start off on the first line, and it starts off with all these open E's. Okay, I think I'm going to say the numbers. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say the numbers. And 1, 2, here we go. 0, 0, 0, switch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. Now the second line. 1, 2, second line, go. E. 0, 0, 1, 1, 3, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 3, 3. Ooh, I'm getting lots of string ring right now. I need to get like a little piece of felt to help me out with that. Okay, let's try that again, because I'm guessing it's been a little while since we've done that activity. This time I'm going to say the letters. Okay, so I'm going to do it again and say the letters. 4 E's, 4 F's, and 4 G's is what we start off with. And here we go from the top. I wonder if there's a little piece of fabric I can put on my strings so they're not vibrating so much. Oh well, I'll just control it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, beginning, go. E, 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 switch to F, 2, 3, switch to G, 2, 3, 4, F, F, E, E. Now the second line. E, E, G, G, E, E, F, F, G, G, E, E, F, F, G, G. Woo, it's been 2-3 weeks since we've done that. So I want you to do a little personal check. Is this something you might have to go back and put a little grease on? Could be. Tell me thumbs up, thumbs down. And if you go to your participants, by the way, click on participants. You should be able to find where you have thumbs up and thumbs down feedback, and tell me how that went really quick. And while you guys are doing that, we're going to get to, hey, so we're moving through. We've already gotten this done, and now we're going to review our chords, our chords. That's how you spell chords right here, C-H-O-R-D-S. We know our A, we know our E7, and we know our D. So we're going to review those, and I'm going to tell you guys about this week's assignment. So in order to review our chords, I think it's helpful to look at the packet. So I'm going to go to my packet. I'm going to go to the 3rd page of that packet. Okay, and then we have these chords. It would be very, very helpful if you guys had your cameras on, so I know that you're doing the right thing right now. So those of you guys have your cameras on, thank you, John. And here we go. We got fingers cam, and I'm going to form an A. Okay, 1, 2, 3. For those of you guys who forgot, I'm going to turn it on over here. I think I can switch my camera here. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go first finger on the G string, second string, second finger goes on the second fret of the D string. Third finger has to tuck in really carefully to the second fret of the B string. Make sure that you have that high E string ringing. And hopefully it sounds something like that with a little bit of luck. Reminder, you might have drifty finger. Like if you feel like it's hard to get your that ring finger in, if you move your wrist back over. That's really helpful. Yours might be a little duddy. Hey, that's hopefully the grade you got. Hopefully the grade you got for for your quarter grades. That's what we're hoping. And of course, you guys know the real trick is, can you take your fingers off and put them back on? Bum, bum, bum. That's what we're looking for with the A. Okay, we're going to move on. Reminder, if you are totally confused by that, you can always go back to last week's videos and go and watch those. Now let's move on to the D right here. Okay, remember we're going to go in order of our fingers. We're going to put our first finger on the second fret of the G. Our second finger goes on the second fret of the E string. And our third finger goes on the third fret, the way I know is I go 1, 2, 3, third fret of the B string, which forms the D chord. Aha. There we go. A little bit of luck, that's working well for you. Try to form your D chord right now. And remember, you only know it if you can take away your fingers and put them back. I'm trying to look at my camera right now. My video feed, I'm having trouble putting them backwards. But there we go. Hey, and it also helps to remember that D is the triangle one. So it kind of looks like a triangle. Very nice. Okay, let's go on our third one. Our third one is the E7. You know, I think if I zoom this in, I can like knock it over to the side here. Get a little bigger. Knock it over to the side. There we go. E7. So let's see here. We have our first finger on the first fret of the G. Okay, right there. And our second finger has to reach all the way across that second fret on the A. Okay, and then we're going to give it a rip. Nice. You know what's hard about this one is it's hard to get those fingers. Like it sounds like it's this, like your fingers are touching the strings. You may have to make sure that your thumb is on the back so that your fingers make little tunnels. Make little tunnels right under here, because those strings, as your second finger arches over and lands on the top of the string here, it has to make like a archway for those strings to ring out. And as before, can you take off your fingers and put them back on? That's really the test. Okay, I bet your fingers are hurting right now. Do a little finger check. Rub out the little lines. Okay. Hey, let's review where we're at. We just finished up reviewing all the chords we did, and now we're going to attack this week's assignment. This week's assignment is it's literally the next page. Okay? But you guys are going to be you'll be happy to know we're only dealing with these letters. So I'm going to go ahead and put little boxes around the letters. Okay? So here we go. We have an A chord. Just worried about that A chord right there. Okay, and then the second one is this D chord. We're just worried about the D chord. Okay, third one is back to the A. And then we're going to go to, whoops, I highlighted all that. Ugh, I hate the highlight feature on this. And we're going to go back to the E7 down here at the bottom. Okay, and if you're like, Mr. Dean, I don't know how to read music. Take a big deep breath. This isn't like about reading everything on the page. We're just worried about learning these particular letters in this particular order. Okay, and we're going to talk about what all this stuff means. We're going to talk about what all this means. So you can rest easy. So let's talk about a few things. Okay, so for instance, when you're reading a chord chart like this, the A will go for all 4 beats, and will keep on going until you see another chord. Okay, so I'm gonna count up how many beats we have. Okay, so this is a measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is another measure right here because that's the beginning line and the end line. So another 1, 2, 3, 4. And another measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. And another measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we switch to a D. So there's 2 ways to think about this. We could go 16 strums because 4 times 4 is 16. Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you guys sure that you want to see my face? So it's going to go 4 times 4. Or you could think about it as 4 counts of 4. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then it's going to switch to this D. Now let's count up how many times that happens. It happens 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm so excited about this. I'm going to make these a different color. So let's make the D a red. So we have a red box, and then the E7. Ooh, let's make the E7 a green. That sounds good. Okay. And it's like we have these nice boxes that we can kind of check on how long they go. Ooh, isn't this fancy? Oh, yeah. All right. And obviously the A would continue down over here. So we're going to have to count really carefully. And what we're going to do, and Nick, wouldn't it be 12? Because 2 of the measures are half notes. Oh, Nick, we're actually not worried about the notes down over here. We're not worried about that at all. But that's a really good point. There's some rhythms that are happening below. And the rhythms that are happening below, we're just like literally going to kind of ignore them for right now. Because we're going to take care of those another time. We're just worried about the chords. So if you look here, we're going to have 4 measures of A, 3 measures of D, which is a little strange, but we're going to go with it. And then 5 measures of A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 measures of E7, 1, 2, and then 1 more measure of A. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the pickup notes. So for those of you guys who are interested in the pickup notes. Okay, let's work on this together. So we're going to start with an A chord. Everyone form an A chord for me really quick. I'm going to switch over to my side Z camera. Okay, I'm going to switch to an A chord. We're starting off at the top right here, and we're going to strum 4 measures of A. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, ready, and stop. Okay, cool. At this point, we're going to have to learn how to switch to a D. Okay, so we're going to switch to a D. Ready? Everyone switch to the D. We're going to do 3 measures of D. If you forgot what the D chord looks like, you may have to turn back a page and look, or you could tear out the other page and put them side by side. It's up to you. Okay, we're going to do 2 measures of D. 3 measures of D. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. And then we're back to the A chord. So everyone take your fingers off. Switch back to the A. Here we go. 1, 2, back to the A. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Next line. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're at this E7 right here. Okay, so we're going to switch over to an E7. Okay, now I'm doing some extra tricks right now that I haven't taught you about. But 2 measures of E7, 1, 2, here we go. E7, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. You know what's really nice about the very last note of a song is you can just strum it once. So now I'm just going to form an A. I'm going to strum it one time. And that's the end of the song right there. Okay. I'm actually going to pause my recording here really quick because now we're going to get into what this lesson is really all about. This is the song